Good morning, fellow students. Welcome to School Leadership and Management 1, which is A. So my name is Lucas Kahare. So I'm the tutor for this course, and I'm going to represent, or we have contact class based on April examination. As you know that you are going to write examination for this first semester, and I welcome you that you will be listening to the main important points, and you will be prepared to pass your examination. So this School Leadership and Management A for the students who are pursuing their bachelor's degree in senior primary and honors degree. So if you can see on this here, they are for those one who are following Bachelor of Education in senior primary. They are for year 4, which means the final year, and they are in semester 1. And for those who are following Bachelor of Education honors degree, they are year 2 and they are in semester 1. So you are all going to have like the same paper, okay? Because the study guide for the Bachelor of Education in senior primary and the Bachelor of Education honors degree, their study guides, you have similar outcomes. So which means I have made it in a such way that outcomes which looks the same. So I set questions based on the outcomes which are the same, which is the same in senior primary education and also in honors degree. So it is very advisable for you to study based on the outcome, so you can, or you will be able to manage most of the questions. So during your study, just you make sure that you do proper study, and I think that you will be able to manage your examination based on the outcomes. So ladies, just discuss about the course School Leadership and Management. School Leadership and Management, this is one of the most important course in managing the educational institution. So I know that you are a teacher, so you are teaching, and that teaching is what also part of leadership. So some of you will be promoted to a leadership position like principal or HOD. So you need this skill, this knowledge for the school leadership and management, to manage your school environment, to manage the community, to put them in education, and to manage learners, how should they be serious with their education. So it's very much important. Probably we are going to focus this as it is in your study guide. So it is there. We are going on to focus on cultivation of culture, of learning and teaching, and also the adult school of culture, and also managing organizational conflicts. So those are the main points which you are going to follow, like problem solving, planning for school, and all that is what is the study guide or the content of this school leadership and management based on. So, and they are clearly explained in your study guides. So for that is what we are going to talk about, is about how you are going to manage the school to achieve effective result, how you are going to manage even the classroom. Okay, when you are teaching, how should you manage so that learners in your class pay attention, so that you cultivate the culture of excellency. So we are going to learn about engaging the communities around the school into education system in order for your school to achieve good result at the end. So that is it, the main. So let us just go to the next slide. The item which we are going to discuss here is about, we are going to talk more about a bit about exam preparation tips, course learning outcomes, and exam samples. So exam preparation tips is also very much important. How should you prepare for the examination? And the course learning outcome, which main topic, outcomes you need to study, you need to learn, or you need to master. Exam samples, here I'm just going to represent like how you should answer questions, okay, example of questions, and how you should approach such questions for you to get better marks or full marks. Exam preparation. So as you know that you are going to write exam in April, so it is not about a year now, it's just some few weeks left. So you have to prepare and to be serious with your study. For example, you have study guides and you have been sent with assignment to answer. And also, I think you have a student portal. There are some previous question paper there. So what is main important for you is always to practice sample of questions, or you have study guides. In the study guide, at the end of each unity, there are questions. So you have to answer those questions for you to be prepared. And there are also those questions, they have answers there. First, you have to read through your study guides, and at the end, you find the question, answer them by yourself, and then later on, compare with the result, because they always have those questions has answers at the end. And find out if your answer are familiar or collaborating with the study guide's answers. And also you are advised to look at the past question papers, because the previous student has been have been written some of the questions, exams. So get those question papers, maybe past. So it's just the same like you do to your learners. Okay, those who teach grade 10 or even grade 7, you do, some of you. So, you find out that questions somehow are similar to the previous, and also how to answer it. Always study that question in the previous or past question papers. And also, you might call me or your tutor. Yes, in this case is me. So you can, example, yes, ask some suggestions. And for example, what materials, you can ask, for example, what materials should I focus on? Okay, the units which are more, the main point of units, or the main important information should I focus on? Okay, you can ask your tutor on that one. And my phone is there, and at the end you will see my email, so you are welcome to do so. And also always you make sure that you study early so that you have enough time to revise. So always, if you really like tomorrow's exam and then you are starting today, so there are a lot of materials, so you are not able to manage it, because the human brain function in a different way. So that is very much that you must make sure that you leave enough time to revise. And the next is plan your study time. Okay, you always, I know that you are teaching, you are you are teachers, so you don't have enough time. But anyhow, always you make sure that at least every day, even you take some 20 minutes or 30 minutes, just read. Okay, study on important information. So what will happen is that if there are little time now, you do it at the end, which means that too much time and too much materials and time is little, what called anxiety. So that will be worrying, oh, I'm not able to do it, something like that. So your mood is already down, and this will create problem for yourself. Please study on time and also get accurate information. For example, some questions, or when you read question, for example, if you are in the exam and that question maybe it costs 10 marks or so. So you have to make sure that your answer should fulfill that 10 marks, not 10 marks, then you are giving 3 points. So that won't worth the marks. So you always make sure that you read the grading procedure, the marks allocation to that question before you answer. And also you have to know that the location of the examination, so that you will be given a timetable, and on that timetable there will be the venue and the time to start and the time to end. So you have to make sure that, so if the exam paper will be 2 hours, so you have to manage that, how you are going to answer the papers within 2 hours or 1 hour 30 minutes. So you have to prepare all those kind of. So let us come to the second point of our contact class. We are going to talk about course learning outcome, which means in the study guide, which units are you going to focus most? As I said, school leadership and management A are going to be written by those students who are pursuing honors degree in education and degree in senior primary. Okay, there are 2. And for those, for example, for the senior primary education, they are in year 4, and this is their first semester. And those who are doing honors degree, they are in second year, and this is their first semester. So you are going to have the same question paper. And the question paper are being set based on the outcomes. And most of the study guide, I compared this, they have the similar outcomes. So if, I think you can have also those ones, both, and then compare which, and also the exam is based on the assignments. Okay, based on the assignments. So you have to be carefully looking at your assignments, what you have been asked. So they are based on that one. But I'm sure that this exam is me who set it. So you really have to prepare. And these are most of this outcome which you see here these are units. Okay, these are units. For example, the first unit talks about cultivation of culture and learning. Cultivation of culture of learning and teaching. So which you see here is also there. Those are the, so there you will learn about, you will learn more about the, just zoom a bit. Yes, you will learn more about culture of learning and teaching in that unit 1. And also those are subunits or the outcomes. So they are there in your study guides and they are similar. So concentrate on those ones. And also you talk about organizational culture and culture of learning and teaching, reading and culture of learning and teaching, promotion of culture and learning and teaching, efficient management of resources, and to develop school excellency. So those are probably for the unit 1. So there you learn, for example, how to promote, how to change the culture of the school. So if you are the principal, and then you have been sent to certain school, and you find that that school has poor culture, low performance, and teachers the relationship between this educators like teachers and community are in bad conditions. So how are you going to make sure that the staff members and the community are able to collaborate on issues that are affecting the school? So how are you going to make sure that teachers and learners are collaborating, they are working together, teaching is going on, and assessment is being taken, and also even the administrative staffs at the school are working with their teachers. So that's probably what is the culture of that is unit 1 all about. It's going to focus on that one. Okay, to promoting a better school environment and how to change, okay, the poor school management into a school of excellency. And then we are going also to then the unit 2, characterization of adult of school culture and the climate. That one, yes, it's also there is going to focus about to know, the school culture and also the classroom climate. Here in this unity is more focused on the culture at the school. Okay, are the teachers like each other? Are the teachers share the knowledge among each other? Are the principal and the teachers work together? So for example, is the principal's order are being carried out by the teachers? So if, for example, if the principal say, so now we should have meeting at 3 o'clock, are all the teachers are going to attend for that meeting? Or some will say, no, I'm not going to attend, I'm going to do, so all that's what we call school culture. So here you are going to, you will read more about how to develop the culture of the school, like working together. So people should be like, excited that they are in the environment, they are they are in the good family of the school. And also school climate, you are going to talk more about, for example, if you are in the class teaching your students, your learners. So how your learners are coping. So how do you talk to those learners and how learners respond to you? Okay? So how are you concentrating to those learners who are too slow? All that is what we call a school. That is what we are going to talk in unit 2, or you are going to study about. So study all those other schools and culture and climate, and also their definitions of school culture and classroom management. So, and then you are going also on organizational conflict and how to deal with it. So in unit 3, you are going now to study as a school manager. You are running now so a school is an educational institution. So, without validity of rules and regulations, school is not going to perform. Therefore, you are going to acquire knowledge and schools. You are going to acquire knowledge and skills on how to solve conflicts or disagreement at the school. This is what Unit 4 all about. Okay? For example, there are some conflicts which you are going to solve, and there are also how are you going to solve some difficult conflicts. for example, between teachers and learners, between teachers and the community, and also even the principal and the teachers. So if your teachers are not obeying you, or maybe if teachers they have disagreement among themselves, how are you going to solve such problem? Okay, so there is a lot of solutions, so you will gain knowledge and skills. So as long as you read in, so you will understand more. And those are subtopics like optimal conflicts levels, the source of conflict in schools, where the conflict is coming from, and the type of conflict in schools. All of those you are going to read them in Unit 3. And in Unit 4, in Unit 4, you are going to concentrate on the nature of ways to manage change in school. Okay, nature of ways to manage change in school. So, for example, if there are change in school, how are you going to manage the conditions and so on? So you are going to learn all those things. So since time is going, so let us just concentrate on this. The nature and ways of managing stress in schools. So those are also you are going to learn that. That's Unit 5. So there are stress in schools, how you are going to manage as teachers. So there are a lot of, as we are saying, that what are those stress? Stress, for example, those conflicts and stress with if you are not achieving the result. So the stress comes, and also the stress of finance. Okay, maybe the stress, many other stress. So you are going to learn all that on how to manage it. So those are probably course outlines. I think it is up to Unit. So it depends. This probably yes, up to Unit 10. Yes, up to Unit 10. So you just have to read both of there. And so I think we are going to get some of the examples there. Up to Unit 10, which means motivational. Unit 10 is probably, so I think it's clear, is will focus on motivational function of leaders in school. Okay? So you learn more about how leaders are being motivated, or how leaders should motivate others, and all that. And also you will learn about educational leadership and management. What's the difference between a leader and a manager? So almost of those one you will learn many of those stuffs. So that is about the outcomes. Outcome 1 up to 10. Please learn and study both those units. So let's now go to a last session of our presentation of our contact classes. We are going to talk about sample of exam questions. Samples of exam questions. So they are there. Those are the samples of exam questions. They are there. For example, discuss the meaning of the following statements. School climate and culture. So this is Unit 1. Okay, from Unit 1. This is probably from Unit 1. That's the school. You are going to discuss this. So here is probably some of the answers. I mean, how you should do. Find. Okay. Me there. Let me just zoom in so that we can see it proper. Yes, it's there. So how are you to define? The question is discuss the meaning of the following statements or terms. For example, school climate and culture and classroom climate. So this is what we just discussed from in the outcome. This is in Unit 1. You see now there. So if you see, it's there. And there's what we talk about a school climate. A school climate, which means refer, or which means that diversity or relationship between teachers and learners, the relationship between the principal and teachers, okay? That is the school climate, okay? Climate, how the atmosphere at the school in order to achieve the goals and values of the school. So that is, for example, how you should state your answer. Okay, so that's how you should state your answer. Even the first paragraph. Yes, if you explain very well, which says that a school climate can be defined as the quality and character of school life. Okay, based on learners, parents, school personnel, and educators. And also, you can also explain school climate as the effect on students, including teaching practice, diversity, relationship among administrators, which means educators, teachers, parents, and students at school. Okay? So now we'll talk about, that's what about a school climate. So climates. Now, for the school classroom, yes, the school classroom climate is the classmate climate is, the definition is what is there. So it's about the attitude, morals, and standards are being carried on in your class. So that is what we refer to the classroom climate. So the conditions, how you are talking with your learners in your class. Are the students listening to you? How do they answer if you give them instruction? That is classroom climate, the way you manage your class. So the class should not have chaos, like you are in the class and students are making, and learners are making noise and they're not listening to you. So that is what we call, you have to manage classroom climate. So the school climate and culture depends on the relationship between the school management, the teachers, the community surrounding for the academic purpose, for the academic excellency, and also the relationship between teachers and learners. So are the learners respecting teachers? So that is the culture of the school. So, and the classroom climate, which means the way or the method how you manage your class in order to achieve excellency in your class, in terms of like, are the learners paying attention? Are the learners receiving good information? Are the learners performing? Also, all contains what school classroom climate. And also the second one now, the second question, this is about 10 marks, like discuss the characteristic of a school with poor culture of learning and teaching, and what are the observable features which proves that a school has a poor culture of learning and teaching, which means you have to discuss the characteristic of poor culture of learning and teaching at your school. So what do the characteristic of the school which does not have culture, for example, that does not perform? So this is simply these questions. So you can see, yes, poor culture of teaching. For example, you will see that poor school has what? You will find that when you go at the school, so you find out that learners, maybe they are outside running up and down, they're not in the class. The facility of the school, let me say the windows are broken and the walls are dirty, and teachers don't respect each other, Maybe they can just go maybe in the, you won't even find them in the class. They're just maybe in the staff room for some hour. From there they go back home. And the principal, even so, and I mean, teachers don't listen to the principal, and the community don't even respect the teachers at the school. And the school has higher rate of failure. The school has gangs, this learner with gangs. They come there, they smoke, they drink. Okay, learners, they bring beer at the school environment. They smoke. All those are the proof that the school has what? A poor culture, poor environment. That is the characteristic of school with poor culture of learning and teaching. So that some of the information is there. Okay. Let me just make it proper. Here's some of, so that you can see. Yes, so that is the poor state of the school building and facilities. That's what I've been talking on. So now, one of the question I just put there, so it's not on the slide. For example, if you are, this refer to the managers now of the school. For example, it says that if you are principal of the named school A, of a named school. Okay, maybe, yes, in school in Windhoek or any region in Namibia, then discuss with example how you can change a culture at your school. Okay, you are now appointed as a principal. So maybe to some schools. So you reach there as you are now a new teacher, and you find out that the culture of the school is poor. Okay, learners don't attend classes, okay, poor attendance. And learners smokes, they drink, teachers don't attend their classes. What can you do, or what will you do to solve, to turn around that school from poor performance to the school of excellency? That is a problem now. Those are some of the questions will come. Okay? Some of the question would give you problems, then you must solve it. Okay, for example, yes, in this one, what will you do? You have to hold meetings with the parents or the communities to discuss what is affecting the school. And also what? You must also do what? You must implement rules which will regulate the school environment, like setting up policy, okay, policy which everyone should follow. Those are some of the things you will turn around, you will do to change that poor performing school into the school of excellency. For example, you see that you can bring in uniform, school uniform, because you find a school with poor leadership and management is that you find that learners go to school without uniform. So they wear their normal clothes, okay? Some wear jeans and those expensive boots. So you see that you will create competition among learners. Some learners will not concentrate well because of peer, because they feel that they don't have money, they don't have clothes and all that. So now you have to set up what school uniform, for example. This is just an example of how will you turn a poor performing school to a school of excellency. Okay, you can make that every learner must wear a school uniform. That's compulsory. So if not, then that learner should not come, attend, should not enter the class. So then you can also develop discipline, okay, policy, discipline policy. So if maybe the learner maybe bring drugs or whatsoever, what policy should you implement, or the consequence to come? And also, you see that at some school, maybe the management is not good. Some teachers, they work hard, but they're not being recognized. So this also creates to a school poor management. So those teachers who are hard work, they will, they will feel like, no, they are not being recognized. So what you must do, reward those teachers, okay, for their performance, encourage them. Tell other teachers, though, for example, this teacher A is good, he always do his, he always mark his things on time, he prepare well, learners are passing, all that. And maybe you can give a certificate, okay? And also you can also make sure that the departments at your school, maybe there's Department of Science, there's Department of Language, Department of Social Science, something like that. So you make sure that they should have meeting in that department, because each department has HOD. You make sure that in that department they must have meeting maybe after 2 weeks, or maybe in a month 2 times meeting for them to upgrade or to bring in new ideas. So that is how you should answer such questions. So for example, you give in, you mention, you implement school uniform, then you explain. Okay, reward teachers, then you explain. Okay, then arrange meeting with the community. How do you arrange the meeting with the community? You explain. That's how you can answer such question, which 10 marks or 12 marks or so. So please, dear learners, students, we are now at the end of our presentation. So there is my email and also my phone at the first slide. So you can phone me or either email me to this kahare.lucas@yahoo.com. That is my email. So I thank you very much that you will be studying well, and you will concentrate very well, and you will achieve better marks in the examination. I wish you all the best.